The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Main Event Mark, PWPH Wrestling Network and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the Main Event Mark.
Hello, check. Welcome to yet another episode of the Main Event Mark podcast. Today is the eve of the Royal Rumble. As you may know, Royal Rumble is definitely one of the biggest events of the year. So everyone is actually excited for the show. So before we officially predict this year's Royal Rumble, I am going to rumble on some things that happened recently on this show. I actually did not done any review aside from Genesis and also on Saturday night's main event, and as promised, I will do that on this week's episode. So I am just trying to check my source. Bear with me. Kasi ayoko rin magsayang ng oras sa kaka-check ng aking source. Kasi sablay na rin naman ang ibang mga programming ngayon. So ayoko maging bias, of course. Pero people are actually just gonna brag. This is actually good. This is actually good. No, you're an idiot. Ayun, ang problema kasi with some people who is actually talking this type of programs, parang they are really insisting that the program is good, the program is great. This is also applicable on AEW programming, even though that we always say every week that AEW sucks, AEW is very bad, and people are just gonna say ayan, parang mga gago. Ayan, mga di pa nagtatanda. Tapos sinabayan pa nila yung Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is definitely one of the biggest events of the year. That's nuts. Hindi ko alam bakit nila nagagawa yun. O bakit nila nako-convince si Warner Bros. Discovery na sabayan ang Royal Rumble 2024 at 2025. But before that, let's do some plugs. So follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms at Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, on Twitch, on Blue Sky, on any platform that's available right now at the Main Event Mark PW, and also on Patreon, patreon.com/Main Event Mark PW. So follow also our platforms over on PWPH, that's at PWPH Select, and yung Facebook at X ko, that's AJ Pinayara, wala nang iba. Yun. So let's do some shit on AEW. Of course, I'm not gonna ramble on the whole card because I know and everyone knows this whole show was terrible from the beginning. So, AEW held their show at the VBC Prost Arena in Huntsville, Alabama. And upon checking here, they have this terrible card. So, Mercedes Moné defended the title against Yuka Sakazaki. I don't get it, man. At this point, we're just getting random title defenses. Ay, nako. And I don't know, but if I have to rant on this, I can't believe that I am saying, because I'm just a little bit frustrated that Claudio, wala pa siyang 50 anyos, he still needs some help from the Death Riders to defeat Jeff Jarrett. And yes, I know this might affect the character that they are holding with, but this is stupid, logically. So, Tony is booking Death Riders horribly as fuck. And I can't believe I am saying this. Tony Khan is not doing a really good job on booking anyone literally on his roster. And people are still blinded by the mindset of AEW is doing well, AEW is doing fine, and wow, everything is bait, everything is great. No, it's not. And everyone doesn't understand, even Filipino fans doesn't understand that AEW is doing not a really good job on their programming. And I can't believe that I am saying this, but AEW is not doing a really good job on their programming. I'm watching AEW since the start of AEW, and now I am trying to convince myself to watch even Dynamite. I am trying to force myself to watch any episodes of Dynamite. Guys, wag na akong tanungin ko anong ginagawa ko pag Sunday sa Collision. I would rather sleep than watch Collision. Promise. Collision is just dead at this point. Collision is dead. Hindi natin alam kung anong mga katarantaduhan ang nangyayari sa Collision. Kasi kung hindi naman to katarantaduhan, I'm just getting informed on what's happening on Collision. Like last week, that Tony Storm, even with that Tony Storm moment, hindi pa rin nila nasalba yung show eh. That's the problem. They're trying to beat Saturday Night's main event, pero kahit 20, di man kayo makalamang with that show. And that's the problem. We're trying to set up a disaster in a disaster that you're trying to deal with. And that's a big problem that you're trying to build. AEW is trying to establish themselves as the alternative, but they're no longer the alternative now in 2025. Even last year in 2024, they're no longer the alternative that you used to. AEW just became WWE Light that people doesn't actually understand, and people actually doesn't really care or doesn't really understand at all. People might not agree with my opinions when it comes to AEW, but when it comes to AEW, kailangan natin magseryoso. Yes, we are fans who is watching AEW or WWE or wrestling in general, but it doesn't mean that we just have to sit down, shut up, tell that everything is fine. Everything is fine. Kaya nga kinakancel na si Aibu eh. And I can't believe people are defending Aibu on social media. Like, holy fuck, you guys are stupid idiots. Hindi ko kinakaya ang aking pasensya with those people. May Pilipino pa nga nagde-defend. I can't believe, man, that there are some people, actually Filipinos, are defending Aibu. Oh my God. Tangina, men. Huwag na tayo maglokohan. Aibu is a scammer, scumbag on his platform. At rinig na rinig yun naman sa mga platforms na napalabas na before. I'm just gonna play this for you guys. I hope I can play this on my platform. Sorry guys if I can or I could not. But share lang natin tong ano. Wait lang. Eto, I got this one. So, this is from AEW Full Wrestling. And Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna check the video itself. Kasi, I don't know. Hindi ko alam why people are still defending this shit. Tayo na, yung mga promo pati ng Netflix on their programming, hindi nyo to makikita with AEW. Like, holy fuck. Holy fuck. I can't believe that I'm saying this. Oh my god. Alright, this week's episode of Dynamite got 604,000 and 0.17 on the demo. Like, demo doesn't matter, man. Behind NBA and Fox News in the time slot, like with Collision and SNME this week, this doesn't include max viewers, but it's safe bet that it's down from last week with the reasons talk about. Putang ina. Oh my god. Tony. I'm just trying to look into the clips that we're trying to check. But Mercedes Monet, like what I am trying to say, this is just terrible as box. Here's what I can say on this goddamn programming. I can't believe I'm saying this. At this point, if you could hear that, I am also praying for the death of AEW. If we have to pray for the death of AEW, then I would be. Because putragis, I can't believe that we are fucking up. We are fucking up, literally. This is just stupid shit that we are getting. And this week's episode of Dynamite shows how pathetic Tony Khan is. And again, I am saying this as a viewer of AEW since day one. Wala man ako podcast at time, but I am very vocal on this bullshit of AEW that they're doing. We are praising AEW on their best, for sure. We are also praising AEW on the things that they are doing well. And now, since AEW is not doing well, that might be a problem. That might be a disaster. That might be terrible for everyone. Like what I'm saying, everyone got fucked. Everyone got fucking fucked. We are fucked. Everyone is on a disaster. And I can believe that I am saying this, but this is a fucking disaster. AEW, I hate to say this. I hate to tell you guys this. I am really frustrated on everything what I am saying on this show every week. We are fucked. Every week I am trying to tell you guys, if you have any time, stop watching AEW. If you have anything that you can do, or even siguro nga kahit di na nga natin sabihin na okay, this might be different, this might be terrible, but it doesn't mean that this should be a disaster. Guys, I'm trying to look into the video that I'm trying to look at, but it's no longer available. I apologize. I'm trying to waste my time on that. So, like what I said in the beginning of this show, or sa vision pa lang ng show ko noong 2020, sinabi ko, I am trying my best to tell what's the best, and definitely I am trying to tell what's the worst. And I'm not gonna let anyone touch me doing or ruin everything that I love about pro wrestling. Ruin everything that I'm doing for professional wrestling. Wala akong pakialam if even other people that we know and you love might fuck me next week. I don't care. As long as I can tell to everyone that AEW is just terrible at this point. And I can't believe that I'm saying this. That please, I am begging you guys. Nagmamakaawa ako. Guys, stop defending AEW. Stop. Stop defending the shows. The shows are terrible. The shows are bad. The shows are ridiculous. The main event picture is not clear. We could not see the direction of this goddamn company. And if you guys are telling me or anyone on this platform, on this bullshit, that everything is fine, everything is doing great, everything is garbage, and then it's getting ridiculous, guys, that we are fooling ourselves. Everyone is fooling on us. Kaya deserve ni Aibu yung mga katarpaduan na nakukuha niya recently. Because of what he is saying or what he is doing on social media. I know I might be more ridiculous than that guy, but I have to say this. Don't trust anyone in the community. Even me. If you don't trust everyone, you can actually doesn't trust or pati lang di magtiwala sa akin. Putangin na, ba't ko pati ini-English? But I have to say this to all of you guys. If you have any patience to your goddamn self, stop defending AEW and their shit. Stop defending AEW from this bullshit if you can. Because everyone is getting embarrassed by this bullshit that we're doing or what we're getting. Wala na akong pakialam if may podcast pa ako next week or kahit kailan. As long as I can share this with you, AEW needs to die if they need to, just to do a refresh of what we have right now. AEW needs to die just to prove to the world that we are executing the storylines well. AEW, if we have to, needs to fuck off on our television just to prove their point that we're actually taking things seriously or improving ourselves. But the only thing that needs to be resolved on this scenario, Tony, get the fuck out of our creative team. That's the only thing that can resolve this thing, and it will be addressed the rest later on. But like what I said, let's try to do some roll call on this terrible show this week. So we have Will Ospreay versus Brian Cage. Why we're getting these random matches every week? We don't have to get these terrible matches every week, man. We just have to build Grand Slam here. And I am getting frustrated on how Grand Slam is getting built. I am questioning this since the previous episodes of the podcast, since January. We don't still have the fixed schedule for Grand Slam Australia. We still doesn't have any time frame on how to watch this garbage. We got a downgrade from a pay-per-view to a special. Kasi ngayon, di natin alam kung paano natin mapapanood to. And yet, people are still saying, tangina pre, magantay na lang kayo. Ba't kayo reklamo ng reklamo? No! This is a fucking special. That is something people doesn't understand at all. People needs to understand this is one of their big shows, and this is a show that will take place in Australia, their first major overseas show. Now downgraded to a max special because nalipat sila sa isang arena na hindi pa rin natin alam kung paano papanood kasi ginago sila ng NBA. Oh my God, Tony. You guys are messed up with this. I can't believe that I'm saying this. 2 linggo na lang, Grand Slam na. Hindi pa rin natin alam kung paano mapapanood yung Grand Slam. Oh my God. Man, 3 linggo na sumasakit ang ulo ko kakaran sa AEW. And I'm trying my best to be impatient. But this is not the perfect time. Because I can't believe that I'm saying this because people are still defending AEW. Like, their lives are defended with this goddamn company. Like, I don't get it. Parang nakasalalay pa yung buhay nyo sa AEW by defending this tomfoolery of a company known as AEW. And I can't believe that Filipinos are also defending AEW. Like, huh? This is serious? Mismong Pinoy pa yung nagde-defend ng AEW eh. Like, come on man. Seryoso ba tayo dito? Oh my God. Okay, we have Jeff Jarrett versus Claudio Castagnoli. Like what we are mentioning on some parts of the show a few minutes ago, that Claudio defeated Jeff Jarrett, a 57-year-old man, with his teammates. Oh my God. This is just terrible as fuck. Flat booking, man. Putang ina. Why we are getting Oh my God. Oh my God. This is just terrible as fuck, man. Why are we still booking? Oh my God. Oh boy. If AEW, you guys are fucked. Yes, hindi naman natin meant to say that Jeff Jarrett is still a draw in AEW, but him losing to Claudio with the help of the Dead Riders? Are you serious? Oh my God. Maintindihan ko if injured si Claudio, hindi. Putang na eh. Hindi naman siya injured para magpaas pa siya ng tulong sa kahit sino man. And it's embarrassing. So we have another disaster here. Ricochet versus AWR Fox. Like, no one cares. This is yet another booking. Like, lazy booking. Oh my God. Then, we have also another lazy booking. Jay White versus Wheeler Yuta. I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not gonna continue with this. Oh my god. Then we have Mariah May versus Tony Storm. Like what I said on few episodes of the show. I really love the clickbaity of this Tony Storm. And I can't believe I'm saying this as a critic of AEW. But I hope we can get this main event. Not the Mox, I think. Not Edge. I hope this will be the main event ng show na to. Lastly, main event. Mercedes Moné versus Yuka Sakazaki. They built this match like this a random match from Collision. Like no one watches fucking Collision. Then now we have to deal this match. I say, why we are getting this match at all? Not gonna waste my time reviewing this. But this show was flat. I would say. Yes, I'm saying this as a fan. Wala, flat lang talaga to. As in, this is flat. And flat as fuck. That's it. That's the AEW Dynamite review. That's a terrible show, by the way. Let's do a recap. Before the Royal Rumble, we have Raw. So Raw, yes, it's clusterfuck too, but not as clusterfuck as Raw, by the way. Ayan, so we have some segments that I don't need to do a full review. So Punk opened the show. Seth opened the show this week. Then we have he wanted to challenge Punk or Cody for the title, and he also said that he wanted to challenge Gunter. Gunter interrupted. Then Logan Paul made his return and he wanted to enter the Royal Rumble as well. Then yun, walang physicality. That's it. Then we have this Sami Zayn roasting CM Punk. Like, that's buried me.
Because one of us is a WrestleMania main eventer.
Yes, I'm laughing at this. I'm laughing at this on the previous episode of Raw. And KO did the same thing. Nagkaroon lang siya ng rebuttal kay KO. Kay Sami wala siya nasabi. Pero here's one assurance based from these promos. No? Ito lang yung pagkakaintindi ko. From these promos that we have, here's one of my assurance. CM Punk is winning the Royal Rumble. I don't care. It might go predictable, but regardless, we're getting a make sense thing, and we're definitely getting a banger. So we have the World Tag Team titles, the Wire Raiders versus the Judgment Day. Just a second. So, during this match, JD McDonough overcame a scary bump early to join Mysterio. This was, I think, tumama si JD sa table. Tapos parang naturuan yung ribs niya. And I hope JD was able to recover anytime soon. The match was really good, and man, I hope that JD McDonough will be able to recover on this match. I can't believe that he was able to overcome that part. So we have Rey Mysterio versus Sabre Woods. Hindi ko nagagawa to ng play. But this was just a continuity of what the hell they're doing. Then we have Liv and Raquel versus Naomi and Belair. Okay. Then we have Jay Uso. Oh my God. Jay Uso. Di mo tanda yung match yan. Basta. Okay, so we have the Paul Heyman. He revealed that the 2025 edition of the WWE 2K game is going to be Roman Reigns featured on the WWE 2K25, which is really good. Pero parang nalik na kasi siya days ago. So hindi na siya ganong surprise sa akin. But yung hindi na-leak was the Bloodline edition of the game, which is, I think, was really good and I love it. So, yan, marami pa tayong abangan with this development of this show, and it's really interesting to me to see as well what might be the continuity of this show. Then we have Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. I find it cool because they were able to integrate 3 feuds in this thing. So we have a potential Punk versus Cody, a Cody versus KO, and Drew McIntyre versus everyone who is aligning with Roman. And I think that was a really good match. And before that, Penta confronted Braun Breaker on backstage. That was actually also a really good part here, for sure. Then the promo that Cody has done with CM Punk, man, that might be something with the whole presentation of WrestleMania 20 or 41 that we are getting, for sure. This is such a really good show this week that we got from Raw. Not the best episode this week, but I think this was amazing. Parang, yes, we get the obvious CM Punk win, but we might see more interesting stuff even if it's Punk that winning the Royal Rumble 2025. So, also let's mention that Jordan Grace was signed with WWE earlier this week, so we got a confirmation of that from our friends over on Fightful. Then let's continue on NXT. NXT was fine, but I find it terrible compared to last week's. Then we have Bianca Belair and Naomi defending the titles over Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Then we have Julia versus Bayley. Julia and Bayley versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. I find it really good. Also, to address, the show was fun, I promise. This NXT this week was fun. I could not say this was a really good match, but Roxanne Perez and Bayley actually has this really good chemistry. And si Julia and Roxanne, I cannot wait to see more of both of them. Then we have Trick Williams versus Wesley. Yeah, I'm fine with this. I hope we can see the main roster run of Trick anytime soon. Then we have Fallon Henley versus Shotzi for the North American title. We got a confirmation here that Stephanie McCurry will challenge Fallon Henley for the Women's North American title at Vengeance Day. Then we have Ethan Page versus Cedric Alexander. That was a really good match this week that I watched on NXT. Then the title match between Bianca Belair and Naomi versus Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. That was amazing. It was really good, and I find it really fun as well, if you ask me. On this end of the broadcast of NXT, we got this teaser, no, that shows the ano ba tawag dito? para siyang sign-off thing. Then we have the letters Vengeance Day. We might get something related to Vengeance Day, or specifically the TNA deal, like what we are discussing previously on the show. So let's continue with SmackDown. SmackDown was not as bad as Raw. So we have we have KO disappointed at Joe Tessitore. That was funny as fuck, and I love it. And yung Disney Punk kay Logan Paul is just funny as fuck. Then we have Jimmy Uso versus Carmelo Hayes. That was fun. That was actually really good to me, and I love it. Eto, Chelsea Green versus Minchen, part number 97. I find it terrible compared to what they have on SNME or the other matches. Compared on what we got on SNME, this is terrible. Then Piper Niven is now Chelsea Green's bodyguard. We are trying. I love this character, guys. I love both Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. This is just fun as fuck. Then we have DIY and Pretty Deadly versus Motor City Machine Guns and Los Garzas. That was chaotic. Then pansin ko din with these vignettes. We got these vignettes from Charlotte again. Are we expecting Charlotte to win the Royal Rumble? Because I don't think so. Bago lang tayo magpatuloy, so confirm lang natin ulit dito sa pod that Triple H was announced as the headliner of the 2025 Hall of Fame in WWE. And actually, I think I am really happy for it, because I am a big fan of Triple H during his competitor days until this authority figure era. I find it he really deserves it, that he got this awards and this moment as well, to share the word or to show the world that we actually deserve it, and we really have to do more better things for the WWE. And I hope we can see more of this coming weeks and this weekend for the Royal Rumble as well. Yun, marami pa tayong makikita mga kalokohan at mga surprises come tomorrow's Royal Rumble. So I'm really excited for that. So continue lang natin ang ating podcast this week. So we have also Naomi versus Liv. I'm gonna skip this because I find it this is just a filler match. That was fun too, but that was a filler. The Miz versus Andrade, that was fun also. The main event was LA Knight and Damian Priest versus Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. So I find it better compared on what we got previously, and it's actually amazing to me that we're getting an upgrade for Jacob Fatu. Before that, the Tiffany Stratton segment, Candice LeRae, well done. Did a really good job to me. Okay, final word on this shows before we predict the Royal Rumble. I am really excited for the Royal Rumble. Sobrang excited ko. I did not finish this week's SmackDown. To be honest with you guys, this felt like a failure to me. So, let's do predictions for the Royal Rumble now, shall we? So, Royal Rumble is set for tonight, tomorrow. If you are from the Philippines, it should air at 7 a.m. Manila time and 6 p.m. Eastern time in the States. So, it should air on Netflix if you have the rights on Netflix here in the Philippines, we have the rights over on the WWE Network, and of course, Peacock in the States. So, let's do some predictions here. So we start with the undisputed WWE title. It's Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a ladder match. Both of the titles will be suspended above the ring, as confirmed by the WWE as well. So, based on the promo that we got this week, I think it should be retained by Cody Rhodes. But there's a part of me saying that I wanted KO to win this match at the Royal Rumble. But everyone knows we are getting CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. But I'm not expecting that much. I just wanted to enjoy this show tomorrow. I just wanted to enjoy this show, by the way, guys, just to let you know. So, Cody, we have DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team titles. Definitely the best of the best for tag teams. I wish we got at least one more match for this show, by the way, to be honest. But I'm not expecting too much. So, I'm gonna say this should be a DIY win. So, Motor City Machine Guns is doing a really good job on being an established face here that would be effective more as a chaser of anything like championships or anything like this accomplishments. Mas maganda silang mag-chase kaysa yung sila yung chine-chase. Like in TNA, even in TNA, ganyan po sila. I find it worked more if sila yung mag-chase kaysa kay na ano ba tawag dito? Kaysa kay na DIY, lalo na kay Johnny. Johnny Gargano is just made as face, but he is doing a really good job as a heel for sure. Then we have the Women's Royal Rumble. It's time to predict the Women's Royal Rumble. So, Women's Royal Rumble, currently, we have 14 participants as we are recording on February 1. So, we have Nia Jax, Bayley, Naomi, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Selena Vega, Candice LeRae, Piper Niven. So, this is the current pool for participants for the Royal Rumble 2025 for the women. To be honest with you guys, I would love to see Nia Jax winning the Rumble. Just because it's her time. No? Pero, meron akong isang pick na I know this not Io Sky. I would love to see a game changer pick here. I am going to pick Piper Niven to win the Royal Rumble. But it's not possible. So, let's be realistic. It's Nia Jax. So, the men's Royal Rumble. So, we have a lot of announcements here for the men's Royal Rumble. It's 18 out of 30. So, LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Nakamura, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, Santos Escobar, Jacob Fatu. Man, I just wanted to see Jacob Fatu dominating the whole thing here. But I'm not gonna say he's winning. I said on this show that I think CM Punk is winning the Royal Rumble. If it's not him, siguro huli kong ipipick si John Cena as a winner. Just because of what we got last week or this week on Raw. So, it might justify my pick. So, I'm gonna go with CM Punk. as the winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble. So, we are excited to see what is going to happen on this year's Royal Rumble. So, I'm not gonna take too long here on predicting this year's Royal Rumble, and instead, I'm just going to tell you guys you should watch the Royal Rumble 2025 on the WWE Network. If you are from the Philippines, if you have the rights on Netflix in your country, you can watch it on Netflix. Or if you are from the States, you should watch that on the Peacock, on your Peacock app. And yeah, that should air at 7 a.m. Manila time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's it for the Royal Rumble. Expect an episode on Thursday, since Thursday naman talaga yung reviews natin pag PLEs. Then ito na yung episode natin for Sunday this week on the pod. So thank you again for listening on this podcast. Again, I hope you can follow and support the show on all of the social media platforms for the pod at the Main Event Mark Pod, or the Main Event Mark PW, sorry. Then on the PWPH at PWPH Select. Then follow me on my personal social media platforms at AG Pinera. Then yeah, that will be it for me here on the pod for now. Again, my name is Angelo Pinera from the Main Event Mark Podcast. Again, stay safe, stay Wrestle. Have a wonderful road to WrestleMania to everyone. Bye for now. Stay safe, stay Wrestle.